to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncers' gilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV. We're here at the Utilita Arena after a great next-gen card. What a statement Galal made, Frank.
I'd actually say it was one of the best next-gen cards we've ever done, from top to bottom. But yeah, Galal special fighter. We knew that as well. You know, he's moved so quickly, and he's got so much more to come. You know, in the sport, and I don't think he's far off from challenging for a world title. You know, early part of next year, mid part of next year, I definitely see the opportunity there. The key is now obviously to keep him active and keep him busy. So yeah, tremendous performance from Galal. You know, what a fight between Cyrus, Patterson, and Conor Walker. A lot of people thought Conor Walker could do it, but you know, Cyrus, every fight he's in is an absolute tear-up, isn't it? And that'll definitely go down as a fight of the year contender, and you know, can't wait to see the rematch there, which I think is very likely. That's what happens next. Jordan Flynn, Kane Baker, another brilliant fight. I mean, you see a trilogy there. I think Flynn probably deserved the win. I think we'll see a trilogy fight there. Khalil Majid activity is going to be key for him now. You know, back out October 21st, I think, in Liverpool, and that's the focus for him now, because he's had a bit of time out of the ring. Sold Akers with a win. You know, interesting times in the heavyweight division. So we'll see what's next there for him. And then on the undercard, you know, Aaron Bowen, huge support, great finish from him tonight, and you know, he was in there against a proper opponent as well, and he wants to move quickly. Ibrahim Spider Suleiman, good win, huge turnout for him. And what was great here as well is all these fighters selling so many tickets. You know, people with 300, 400, 500 fans out there, and that's a great sign for boxing in Birmingham, and means huge potential to come back here and deliver massive shows. 5
years since the last one. Are we going to be waiting as long as 5 years for the next one?
No, not at all. I think we'll be back here soon. You know, there's like I say, there's big opportunity to deliver big shows here, and that's what we'll aim to do. And also, I've got to mention as well, Muhammad Ali. He looked, you know, hugely improved as well. You know, calm, composed in there. Sahil Khan on his debut as well with a great win. So yeah, it was a brilliant card, top to bottom.
I genuinely don't know what happened because I weren't there. But did you see what happened with Sonny Edwards?
No, I wasn't there either. I came at the end. I normally like it. You know, I normally like getting involved in the middle of it, acting hard.
Acting hard.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it.
Have you heard about what it was about? I haven't seen anything about it.
I think it was just some words and a broken phone.
Oh,
is what it is.
What, Sonny's phone broken? Is it?
I don't know. I think it's his phone. Yeah. You'll have to get a new one.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. Call Simon Jordan for that, can't I?
Simon Jordan. Someone actually said about my floppy hair, said Simon Jordan.
Actually, I think your floppy hair looks better than this. I think you need to grow your hair. I think it would look quite cool. Yeah, just like that.
I don't know, do that again.
What?
Right, we shall move on to comments made yesterday by Frank Warren. First of all, your thoughts on what he said about drug-free sport. I think he said it's not even fit for purpose. First of all, what is your opinions on drug-free sport, and how does it work when testing fighters?
I mean, look, they use the WADA panel in terms of testing. You know, I think there's a number of different testing agencies out there, and all use different. You know, whether it's in competition, out competition, VADA's different to UCAD. You know, all of these different bodies use different testings. I think the key thing here is people are trying to create, you know, holes and issues, and we're talking about a positive test. We're talking about a test that's come back positive, and people causing issue, you know, saying, oh, drug-free sport, this, that, the other. We're talking about a test that's come back positive, but people are still, like, I think this is the key area. Promoters are never going to really work together like we maybe want them to, right? But this is a key area. We all want the safety of the sport to be paramount. So rather than just sitting over there going, oh, this, that, the other, talking a load of shit, let's just go, all right, there's a positive test, let that person deal with it, let that fighter deal with it. But how can we, as a group, improve the sport? And with that being with promoters, commissions, governing bodies, sanctioning bodies, that should be the focus. Not standing over there throwing stones. Like, what's it all about? Again, you're talking about a test that's come back positive. But yet people are still saying, well, this, that, the other. I mean, it's just him trying to spin a narrative that makes, trying to create issues. And, I think, shouldn't we focus as a sport on improving things?
Why? Why do you think Frank has made those comments, and do you believe that he genuinely believes that about drug-free sport and what he said about Conor?
What he said about Conor, sorry?
Yeah, I think he said that something about taking responsibility or something like that.
Yeah,
I haven't got the quote.
I mean, I don't know what he said about Conor, so I can't read it, but Conor's gone through all of the various processes. They've now appealed. He's now got to go through that process and deal with that, which he'll do. So what more would you like him to do? Like, I don't know what he said. So, but like I say, it's people picking holes in things rather than going, right, there's a positive test. How do we improve? Rather than matchroom, this, that, the other, talking a load of bollocks.
Ben Shalom started the week with comments about yourselves, and Frank Warren ended it. Why are these promoters coming at you?
Because it gets them views, doesn't it? Otherwise, no one's interested. I mean, look at his show at York Hall. Like, he's doing shows at York Hall. Like, no one cares about Frank Warren. Like, he's an old man. Like, if I'm in boxing at his age, please someone come and lock me up. I'm out of this at 40. Give me 9 years, mate. I'm out of this game, because it's like, what are you doing? Standing there getting all agitated in interviews. Just relax. Enjoy yourself. Go and sit on a beach. Let your sons run the business. Go to the big fights every now and then. Look, people like talking about successful people or successful businesses. That's the reality of it. People won't like hearing that, but, like, that's just the truth. They wouldn't be talking about us if they weren't bothered about us, would they? We live in their heads, rent-free, every day. Frank Warren, 70-odd-year-old man. He's got a 44-year-old in his head, rent-free, every day. Like, all he thinks about is Eddie Hearn. All he talks about is Eddie Hearn. I'm just answering questions. You're asking me questions about Frank Warren. I'm not going, let me bring up Frank Warren. So, like, people say, you're talking about Frank Warren. No, you asked me a question. Yep. He just goes off on one about Eddie Hearn because he's jealous.
I'm guilty as charged for asking you that question.
I don't mind. Like, but people say, well, you talk about them. Yeah, when I get asked. I will absolutely rip them to shreds because they talk a lot of bollocks. But we're not going out about, we don't care. Like, do what you do, mate. Good luck. Go on.
I was actually going to just change the subject slightly.
Perfect. Let's go on to something positive.
Yeah, we are. You mentioned beaches somewhere in that monologue. Are you going to be taking a break, little matchroom break now?
I'm going to Italy tomorrow for 76 hours, and now I'm back. But I'm not going to be off my phone. I'll stay on my emails.
When are we going to see some more dates being announced? I'm hearing September 30th, maybe?
Yeah, early next week, working on a few bits to get out. I think next week you'll see hopefully 2 or 3 bits announced, and a stacked end of the year. We've already announced, I think, 9 or 10 shows. A few more to come. I think we're looking at something like 14 weeks on the spin. So it's going to be a busy end of the year all around the world, and that's what we do.
Can you reveal any of the names that are on that September 30th card?
No.
Okay, that's a fantastic way to end it, mate.
I like suspense, mate, because if you turn over and you watch Eddie Hearn's interview, he will tell you the whole lineup.
You've been giving certain bits away recently, mate.
Have I? I got in trouble for it. I got a final warning from Eddie.
Oh, really?
Because he felt like I was taking the limelight away a bit, telling trade secrets.
What happens if you foul your last strike and...
I'm gone, mate. I'm on a beach somewhere, putting sunbeds out. Yeah. I'm making people daiquiris.
I would happily drink a daiquiri by Frank Smith, but thank you very much for speaking to me, and thank you very much for the week in Birmingham, mate.
You to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. if you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.